Hey friends, so we are back for another video. And this time I want to ask you a question now. We've been doing this Rebuild You audit for several weeks now. And here's the thing. As you reassessed what was going on in 2024 with you, what are some things that you need to stop doing? Okay, I am back. It is your girl G, Dr. G here with all things Dr. G. Where listen, we are celebrating all things you. Now, in doing all the celebrating, we are bringing content on faith, family, lifestyle, okay, including the hair and my weight loss journey. What I've decided to do with pediatrics, I'm going to reveal to y'all shortly. But anywho, y'all, I am in the wonderful District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Me and my family are up here on vacation, and I, as you can tell, have a different setting. We are in an Airbnb, and I was determined to get this video recorded. My husband's hanging out with his friends, and the kids were hanging out with their cousin. And so I found myself with some free time. And we've been doing this You Audit if you are new to this channel. Now, this You Audit was inspired by me working through a list of 7 questions that I saw on the Mel Robbins podcast. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So in week 1, if you've been rolling with me, you know, we looked at what the highlights were for 2024. So we scrolled through our phones, we opened that phone app and we went month by month and we just looked through. And what you probably realized when you did that is like, wow, I remember this amazing time in my life. It was beautiful. But sometimes it's the little small things that were actually highlights that we forget about. And so for me, I'm sure I had all kinds of dopamine spikes because starting off with 2024, the first month, it helped me to relieve the memory of my son getting baptized. It helped me to relive the memory of being included in this amazing local authors event. And I am cool. It helped me to process why I even wrote that book for children. And then the list goes on. So, again, the second week, we talked about the hardest moments of 2024 and what I chose to share because I believe in discretion. I think that that's one thing this generation is doing now that they shouldn't do is spill all the tea, spill all the beans. Well, one of the hardest parts of 2024 for me that I felt led to share was my weight gain. Yes, I gained 30 pounds like real quick, and that was after losing 20. And so going through the process of all of this, my 7 questions has really helped me to begin to think about the why behind all that. But yet and still, I felt devastated. I felt defeated. And again, if you are new to this journey, I will click the link to all of these videos in the description so that you can go back and see it. Okay. Now, the third week, we talked about what we are learning. What did we learn as we took our U audit assessment? What did you learn from 2024? And for me, it was that I needed to stop striving so much and rest in Jesus. What I find myself doing, even though I know that, hey, you need to sit back and rest sometimes, is that I would just strive, strive, and strive. Now, listen, busy working mama, sister, friend, does that sound like somebody you know? If so, stick around because y'all, we are up to week 4. Yes, we have made it to week 4, and thank you for rolling with me. If you are new here, it is not too late for you to join the You Audit. You can just work it at your own pace. A matter of fact, I believe that your life depends on it. I believe that your next depends on you taking the time to stop and reflect on the happy moments, the sad moments, the things that you learned from all of that. And then here we go. What do you need to stop doing in 2024? If you are new here, I am a general pediatrician. I love what I do. I take care of the babies from the time they are out the box up into my big babies, who some of them well off into their 20s. That's my jam. That is what I do. And I love doing that. But somewhere along the way, my career became an idol. And I'll tell you more about my story later with how all things Dr. G was born. And so the next you out of question is, after you've kind of scrolled through your photo album, as you started to process and journal, and if you hadn't started journaling, it ain't too late. Matter of fact, it may take you a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get through a question, but I want you to take the time to do the work. Now, for me, as I record this video, one of the things that I know I need to stop doing is blurring boundaries. Yes, I said it. When I am off, I need to be off. And when I'm working, I am working. And what I found in all of this is that I will still sometimes not do a great job at establishing and sticking to boundaries. It's one thing to say something, it's another thing to do that thing. And then, we have good intentions a lot of time with making sure we're establishing boundaries with work and then family, but then something comes up and then you kind of fall back into old habits. Well, that's what I did in 2024. I feel like I fell back into some old habits, some of which may have contributed to the stress eating, which led to me regaining the 30 pounds that I had lost. So I am here to ask you, what do you need to stop doing that is unhealthy for you? That those things that really are detrimental to your health and well-being. For me, again, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. So, yeah, again, it sounds pretty, but it ain't what you talk about, is what you do about it. So for me, I realized that for me to stick to that boundary, for me to honor my husband, for me to honor my children, for me to honor my family, for me to honor the Lord, I'm just going to have to like literally disconnect myself from my phone. What I mean by that, when I get home from work, it's not going to be enough for me to put my phone on do not disturb or personal, because sometimes I will look down and it's psychologically, especially if it is a concern that a parent has about a child. And even if I'm not on call, what I will do is still answer, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. This parent has entrusted the care of their child to me. And what I need to do is not ignore this. I need to make sure I take care of this thing. But here's the thing is, I feel like that is rooted in past trauma, because at the end of the day, it's rooted in people pleasing, in the low self-esteem, and needing to be accepted, and needing to feel like I need to be all and do all for everything just to garnish the acceptance. And so through therapy, my amazing counselor helped me to realize what was really going down. And so, with that being said, for that not to trigger that part of me that I am really working on, I just need to put my phone up. So you hear me, in 2025, I realized that when I am at home, my phone don't even need to be on me. I need to be physically separated from my phone. And that's the one thing that I feel like will help me to hold to establishing that boundary that in my heart I need for myself, I need for my relationships. But I hadn't done such a great job in doing that. Another thing is, it ain't God's will. Yes, I said ain't. I'm a country girl. I am from the South, Louisiana. It is not God's will for us to be always on and then off. He gave us the Sabbath, which is a time to rest. Now, that leads me to the next thing that I'm going to stop doing in 2025, and that is, I am going to stop blurring the lines. When I establish a boundary, I'm going to do it and then I'm going to rest. See, the thing is, when we don't have established boundaries, then and we're working and working and working, we don't rest. We don't get that time to get our cups refilled. And most women, you listening to me, hear my heart as you process what you need to stop doing in 2025. Hear my heart. Most of us are wired to do that. We're nurturers by definition. We're going to take care of them babies. We're going to make sure we try to take care of our home. We're going to take care of our work, and then sometimes in doing that, we don't rest. And if we don't rest, how can we be the best wife we can be to our husbands? How can we be the best mother for our children? And so, even though our hearts are in the right place and we're hustling, we don't take a pause and we don't rest. First of all, we are dishonoring the Lord. Number one. Number two, we are then damaging ourselves, our whole selves in our mind, body, and soul. And could it be that sometimes our lifestyle is an idol? That's something that I really need to process. And to be honest with you guys, it's something that I've been truly journaling about lately is my lifestyle. What do I need to let go of? What do I need to give up to make sure that I don't have any idols before the Lord, that I am not putting things in between my marriage, my children, my time with my kids, that precious things. What about you? I pray that this video really helps you, busy working wife, mom, career woman, to really reflect on what you need to stop doing. Okay. And once you reflect on it, it's time for us to take action. Because remember, I said sometimes some things are easier said than done, but it is now time for us to do the work. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? So, first of all, I want y'all to understand again that I am a general pediatrician. I am not a psychologist. I am not a therapist. I am just on here sharing my journey with hopes that I can help guide you as you are walking on yours. Okay. I want you to be your best self so you can move from striving to resting in Jesus, from striving to thriving in this life so that you can move from hustle and bustle to rest in celebrating your faith, celebrating your family, celebrating all things you. Okay, now I'm going to conclude with this. If you are new here, please join us. Click the link in the description for the You Audit. Now, these 7 questions were gleaned from a podcast that I watched from Mel Robbins. Y'all, that thing right there was transformative to me, which is why I wanted to bring it back to my crew, my girls, because it is time for us to not only talk about it, it is time for us to be about it. It is time for us to stop, pause, and reflect so that we can go on through here and discover and love who the Lord created us to be so that we could fulfill our God-given purposes. Okay, y'all. It is time for me to get off this phone because guess what? We are about to go sightsee in the wonderful city of Washington, D.C. I'm so glad to have this time to rest and celebrate with my family. I needed it. I truly needed it. And again, as I conclude, what are you going to stop doing in 2025 that you know was a hot mess for you in 2024? Think about that. And then once you write it down and reflect on it, go ahead and take immediate action. Do not overthink this. Do not self-sabotage. Girl, go and do what you got to do. For me, when I get back home, I know that I just physically need to separate myself from my phone. So that means that If I need to listen to some music, because when I clean up, I like to listen to the music. I may need to use an old phone that has Wi Fi access. Y'all, I'm processing. Yes. And I need you to process too. So we can get on through here and do what the Lord has called each and every one of us to do. All right. Before questions again. What were the highlights of 2024? What were the hardest parts of 2024? What did you learn about yourself in 2024? And now, girl, what you need to stop doing? Okay. Until next time, I want you to know that the Lord celebrates you. I celebrate you too. And just in case you don't celebrate yourself, I pray that this channel helps you to celebrate all things you. I will talk to you later. See you. Bye.